All right, let's jump right into this urgent market update for surplus funds professionals because honestly, the landscape in Michigan is shifting faster than most people realize. If you're operating in the asset recovery space, you'll want to pay very close attention to this explainer today. We're breaking down some critical new legal shifts that are drastically shortening the time frame you have to claim surplus funds in Michigan. The clock is literally ticking to secure these funds, so let's get right into it. Here's how we're going to break this all down so you can pivot successfully. We'll be covering the closing claim window, the legal domino effect in Michigan, exactly which foreclosures are still actionable, why the data extraction solution is pretty much mandatory now, and finally, new private investor liabilities. You know, this quote from AI architect and surplus funds expert Kim Harris really hits the nail on the head. The opportunity is real, the window is not unlimited. For a while, there was this widespread, kind of dangerous perception in the industry that the window for recovering these funds in Michigan was just wide open indefinitely. But, as we're about to see, that illusion is officially over. The window is actively closing, and you've got to be extremely precise with your time. Let's move into Section 1, the closing claim window. So here is the harsh reality. Michigan's retroactivity window is actively shutting down, which renders a lot of older claims completely time-barred. Basically, if you're out there spending your skip tracing resources and capital on older leads, you are burning money on claims that just don't exist anymore. You absolutely have to fundamentally rethink how you evaluate a lead before you spend a single dollar trying to track down a former homeowner. All right, Section 2, Michigan's legal domino effect. To really understand why this window is shutting, we need to trace the legal dominoes. Back in 2020, Raffaele established that former owners have a protected property interest in surplus equity. Big win, right? Then, by July 2024, Schaefer confirmed this applied retroactively. It seems like this massive golden opportunity. But wait, then comes a strict Court of Appeals deadline looming in June 2026, and that changes the whole game. It establishes a hard 3-year limit measured directly from the original tax foreclosure sale date. So those older claims, poof, they are gone. Because of all this, you've got to get intimately familiar with MCL 211.78T. This 2-year statutory window is the new mechanical rule governing your active pipeline. It is the definitive countdown you're racing against, requiring that surplus funds claims be brought within exactly 2 years after the foreclosure judgment. No exceptions. Okay, Section 3. Which foreclosures are actionable? Now we look at your pipeline, and there is a really stark contrast here. Pre-2021 sales, generally a lost cause. That retroactive pool is essentially dead and inaccessible. However, looking forward, the opportunity is actually super bright. Sales from 2022 onward generated surplus under Raffaele compliant processes, meaning that statutory claim mechanism is still wide open for you. Now, what about 2021 sales? Well, those are sitting right on the razor's edge. You have to check exact deadlines record by record for those. So, what does this all mean for you? Execution is absolutely everything right now. Step 1, you need to audit your pipeline immediately. Dump the time-barred claims that don't have a documented filed claim. Just let them go. Instead, you need to laser focus all your capital and outreach energy on 2022 and recent foreclosures where that statutory window is still intact. Knowing the law is great, but if you don't adapt your daily operations, it doesn't mean a thing. Let's move into Section 4, the data extraction solution. Think about those 2021 and 2022 files we just talked about, the ones sitting on the absolute edge of expiration. If you're working a Michigan list manually typing dates by hand across hundreds of records, you know human error is going to happen. And a single manual transcription error can cause you to misjudge a deadline. Boom, you've just blown your skip tracing budget on a claim that was legally barred before you even picked up the phone. You desperately need accurate, per-record expiration data extracted straight from the source, not just eyeballed or estimated.
And this is exactly why automated county list processing through tools like Xtract is basically non-negotiable at this point. We're talking about a documented 99% accuracy rate across 9 critical data fields. It captures the exact sale dates directly from every single Michigan surplus record during the extraction process. Actually, it completely removes that fatal flaw of manual data entry altogether.
But it's not just about accuracy, right? It's about speed. Xtract processes these documents 100 times faster than manual methods. Literally 100 times. By automatically sorting records based on how close they are to expiration, you instantly get the intelligence to prioritize the most time-sensitive claims first. So instead of fighting the clock, you're actually beating it. Finally, let's wrap up with Section 5, new private investor liabilities. So, the Supreme Courts in Nebraska and New Jersey have just set a really groundbreaking precedent that we need to talk about. In Nebraska's 2024 Naveen and Continental Resources decisions and New Jersey's 2025 Roberto ruling, it was established that private tax lien investors can actually be held directly liable to former owners for surplus equity. Think about that. It's not just the government on the hook anymore. Now, imagine if Michigan courts follow suit and adopt this exact same reasoning. That gives you some incredible forward-looking alpha. It would open up a completely new, massive category of claims and potential counterparties for you to work with, or even work around. This is a huge opportunity for professionals who are paying close attention to the data today and positioning themselves for tomorrow. So I'll leave you with this question to chew on. As claim windows aggressively close on older files and completely new liabilities potentially open up with private investors, how prepared is your business model? Are you still relying on outdated manual processes, or are you utilizing automated data extraction to guarantee your survival and growth? The opportunity in Michigan is still incredibly lucrative, for sure, but that window requires precision, speed, and absolute accuracy. Go review your pipelines today, audit those dates, and make sure you're operating on the right side of the timeline. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning out there.
Right now, surplus funds professionals can easily navigate their workflow for this underexposed stream of leads using Xtract. Those who move first on a new county list always win the most claims. The ones who wait fight over scraps. Xtract pulls all 9 critical data fields from any county surplus list in seconds at 99% accuracy. No manual transcribing, no falling behind. Start your free trial at exactextract.com and start extracting the exact data you need.